I wish a big, giant would take me to her water dungeon.
High nonsense.
Deep, hope you drown too. I see your scars, yeah. Don't cover them up, yeah. I play with your heart, yeah. Rip the Torah apart, yeah. Said you in love, ran out of love. The gang, now it's your man. Ay, chasing the bag.
What's good? Dark Knight gang, and it's thing gang. Yo, listen, today today I'm recording another music video. That's why I'm hyped. You see, I already got the rockstar vibe going on. I got some of my hair down. I gotta fully hop into my Brandon Rashad rockstar vibe. You feel me? Because I'm going to record a music video for y'all later on today. Anyway, this video right here is from SVG, and it's titled "Things in Zelda You Only Notice as an Adult." If you've never played Zelda before, Zelda is probably one of my favorite series, man. I love Zelda. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Ever since, I didn't start playing Zelda until Ocarina of Time. I'll be completely honest. But anyway, every game after Ocarina of Time has been fire. Even the game that's on the Switch. What was it called? I played it. I beat it. I borrowed my little brother's Switch and I played it and I beat it. Breath of the Wild. That was even fire too. But anyway, we're going to see these things you only notice as an adult. Maybe, I guess, you know, it was a lot of dirty things going on. I never paid attention. I was just so enamored by the whole game and by the story and Link and Zelda and Ganondorf. And bro, I don't know. In my family, like when I was a kid and I was playing Ocarina of Time, like all of us love that game. My mom would sit there and watch me play it. Like, I'll be playing it in the living room in front of everybody and everybody watching. Anyway, I'm ready to hop into this video. Shout out to the gang. I love y'all. I hope everybody have a great day. We're going to see these things that we missed as kids in Zelda. I think Zelda is probably... I like Zelda better than Mario. I'm going to keep it a stack. I think Zelda might be the best series when it comes to Nintendo. What's better than Zelda on Nintendo? Mario? I'll take Zelda over Mario any day. Donkey Kong? Nah. What's better? Who's better than Link? What's better than Zelda? Let me know down in the comment. Samus? You guys like Samus better? Samus? However you pronounce her name? Nah. You know what I'm playing on PS4? Since I didn't get the PS5, since it's sold out, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII, the remake on PS4, and that game is pretty fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on chapter 9 now. I've been binge playing that game for the past week. I'm already, I think, on chapter 9 or chapter 10. I'm like halfway done with the game, but that game is pretty fire. Listen, I'm just talking. I'm rambling. I miss y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been too consistent. Y'all my bros. You already know what's up. But anyway, let's hop into this video. My fault. I'm all over the place. Let's hop into the video.
The Legend of Zelda is one of the most iconic video game franchises of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
From the moment it debuted on Japan's Famicom in 1986, the series has offered epic adventures with an unparalleled scope. In the years since, it's only grown bigger and far more complicated, with multiple timelines and universes, stories told out of chronological order, and in one case, an entire game that was eventually revealed to be a dream of a giant fish. Needless to say, there's a whole lot going on in these games that goes far beyond swinging the Master Sword and bombing walls, and some of it might have gone way over your head the first time you played the game. From a dodgy economy to an unexpected fetish, here's the stuff in the Legend of Zelda that you only notice as an adult.
The fairies be up on Link.
The usual path through a Zelda game takes you through a series of dungeons, each containing a particular weapon or item that you use to advance to the next dungeon. But here's the thing.
He's a... Link, I didn't even think about that. We do be robbing tombs and robbing dungeons. They have certain securities in place to make sure their treasure isn't robbed, and you gotta go through it to rob it. I didn't even think about that.
In some cases, they're not just dungeons, they're temples.
Yeah.
In other words, Link is a guy who wanders into an ancient holy site, smashes whatever...
Okay, hold on really quick. Water Temple from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is probably one of the hardest levels I've ever played in my life.
And promptly steals everything that isn't nailed down on his way to murdering whatever unique and endangered creature calls this place its home. And that's the best case scenario. At worst, he's also going to flood the place, destroy huge chunks of the walls, and otherwise desecrate the entire temple. Link is a straight up grave robber, plain and simple.
Fallout
with pointier ears. In 2017, Link's first outing on the Nintendo Switch gave him a huge, sprawling world to explore where the good guys had already lost. It's definitely a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But if Breath of the Wild felt a little familiar to adult gamers, there's a good reason for that. It's basically just Fallout with swords. Once you start noticing them, the similarities keep adding up. Both games are set decades after an apocalyptic cataclysm that left the world littered with advanced but broken down technology that very few people understand. Like Fallout 4, Breath of the Wild involves the player character coming out of a cryogenic sleep. And like Fallout 3 and New Vegas, weapons degrade and break as you use them.
Oh, it did.
Even the smaller
That was new for Zelda. For any Zelda game, I've never had that before, with your weapons breaking and getting weaker. I thought it was going to make the game harder, but it didn't.
It's like crafting, fast travel, and having a house to decorate feel lifted from Fallout. But that's not actually a bad thing. Breath of the Wild takes the elements that made the Fallout games great, and in a lot of cases, it arguably does them even better, making for an incredible
I didn't like the last Fallout game,
Like the old saying goes,
a lot of people did. I didn't like
it. Steal from the best. The Great Fairies.
The
Zelda games have always been a little weird about the Great Fairies, going all the way back to the angular, mostly naked versions that showed up in Ocarina of Time. With Breath of the Wild, though, they went all in.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I remember this. This is the BBW, huh? Yup. They made a BBW, guys.
It's not the sort of thing you'd notice as a kid, and in fact, the sight of Link recoiling from the over-the-top smooches of a giant woman would possibly seem like hilarious slapstick more than anything else. If, however, you're playing that game as an adult, you know exactly what's going on. The giggles and moaning, Link's fruitless struggles against their inescapable but loving hugs, and the fact that they leave him spent and exhausted at the end of your transaction? Yeah, we know what's up. Not that we're judging.
I wish a big, giant bitch would take me to her water dungeon.
Hyrule's nonsense economy.
You feel me?
Mario had his coins and Simon Belmont had money bags, but Zelda was one of the first major video game franchises to introduce a fully functional economy. From the very first game, the shiny, irresistibly collectible rupees weren't just there for bonus points, you could use them to buy weapons and power-ups. But nobody at Nintendo ever bothered to sit down and make the economy make sense. It's pretty weird that most Hylians keep their money in ceramic pots that they leave unattended. If a heavily armed child in a green miniskirt rolled into our homes, shattered those jars by throwing them against the wall, scooped up the change and left, we'd probably be a little upset about it. Not so for the people of Hyrule, who take this little bit of grand larceny in stride. Maybe they're comforted by the fact that you can find rupees pretty much everywhere. They even pop out of the ground when you cut grass. A currency so common is effectively worthless. Forget about Ganon. The real danger to Hyrule is that they're about 3 weeks away from complete economic collapse.
You gotta even think
Who's
about that.
really the bad guy?
That's hilarious.
Link isn't just a hero, he's the hero. The hero of Hyrule, the hero of time, the hero of legend, and so on. Or is
I know they did not make
most of that heroic
Zelda,
reputation comes from the way he defeats Ganondorf and saves Princess Zelda, which is all the explanation you need as a kid. When you've grown up and read any history book ever, you hopefully realize that propping up an absolute monarchy isn't always the best course of action. At best, Link's maintaining the status quo, and that includes a kingdom where non-Hylian races like the Zora and the Gorons are segregated, maybe even confined to their own kingdoms. Ganondorf, on the other hand, he was born to a tribe of people who wandered the desert, who clawed his way up from nothing, seized a third of an all-powerful magical force, and tried to overthrow a supposedly benevolent dictatorship. Face it, folks, that's basically Luke Skywalker, right down to the desert.
Ganondorf's a rebel. This was a great video. Thank you guys so much for requesting it. I know I've been talking a lot, but you guys know me. I love to talk. I love to kick it with y'all. I literally make these videos as if I'm watching it and talking to a homie. You feel me? That is why a lot of you guys, that's why I tell y'all my niggas. You already know what's up. Zelda, like I said, to me, I think is one of the best series. But yeah, some of these things I didn't even recognize. The fact that there are rupees everywhere and their economy is probably trash. Who would even think about that? Ganondorf overthrowing the, I guess the Hyrule monarchy and trying to take over it. I never really paid too much attention to it. I was just like, all right, he took Zelda, let me save Zelda. Never really thought too much about it, you know what I'm saying? But the fairies on this last game, Breath of the Wild, oh, I peeped that. I was like, look at this. Let me know y'all thought down in the comments. I'm going to see y'all next time. Shout out to the gang. Y'all know I love y'all, man. Peace.